They were just digging up the weeds when they see this. A man named Gus has been anonymously documenting a series of hauntings that have been tormenting him and his family. Ever since they moved into that house, they have been hearing voices late at night and waking up with inexplicable scratch marks. But one day, as Gus and his son are pulling weeds outside, underneath the soil, they make a horrifying discovery. Human skeletal remains are dug up, and as they do, something begins to frantically knock on the window. But no one seems to be there. Gus contacted the authorities and will later uncover that the skeletal remains were buried alongside witchcraft items.
Was that a jar of piss on the right? What? Full disclosure right now, I feel so nauseous. And that's because I had a nicotine lozenge and I feel like shit after that. But was that a jar of piss?
She saw a dark figure by the woods, but as she got closer to it, this happened. A woman named Beth uploaded a horrifying video where a dark figure is seen pacing back and forth by the woods for several days now.
Go get daddy. Go get daddy.
She explains that after seeing this figure, she became curious as to why someone would be wandering around the woods so often. That one day, with her husband, she decides to ask this individual if they need help.
Do you need help?
And this happens. As she gets close, what sounds like a man screaming can be heard coming from the woods.
What the fuck is daddy gonna do? What the fuck is daddy gonna do? And that scream, that sounded like someone dying in like a Sega Genesis video game. What? And I apologize if you guys hear my air conditioning. It is fucking hot here. I am actually about to put my hair up because this is not it. Fuck.
Her son was in the living room when she sees... Her son was in the living room when she sees this. Her son was in... Her son was in the living room when she sees this. A mother named Marlene was home alone with her father one day, taking care of her son, when suddenly, as she goes to use the restroom, she begins to feel like someone's watching her. But as she notices what was with her, in a panic, she immediately calls her father over, and this happens.
I was on the toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record. This is not my dad. I don't know what it is.
Who are you? Hello?
What looks like the dark figure of a kid can be seen inside the shower. Marlene explains that none of her kids look anything alike what was seen inside the shower that day. So if it wasn't her kids, then just who or what was that?
Imagine you're taking a shit and you look in the shower and there's a kid standing there watching you. And oh, it's not my dad. Yeah, no kidding. It's not your dad. Your dad is not 2 feet tall. But I love what made this for me is she shoved the baby in there to recreate this. And then the baby's like, what the fuck are you doing? Let me know. You think this one's real?
He was home alone one night when this happens. User stuck in my room shares a haunting video that resembles something from a sleep paralysis episode. In the video, as he's alone in his room, something mimicking his mother's voice calls out to him.
You should come out. You've been there for so long. Jane, come out.
After closing the door, whatever that thing is, you can hear it calling for help, as if it's trying to lure him out.
Gabe, it's your mother. You should come out.
Then what's your name then?
Real or not, it's definitely a moment that one could only conjure through a nightmare.
That is wild. This mimic, and we all know about mimics now if you've been following this channel for a little while. Mimics are no joke. Mimics are probably the scariest things out there. I've experienced something with a mimic myself. Shit, probably 10 years ago. But this one has like an accent too. You know, like English may not be its first language or his mom's first language if it's mimicking his mom. Would you let this thing in? If my mom knocked on my door, I might. But once it's like, hey, Nick, it's your mother. My mom does not fucking talk like that. So that's when you know something's up. Fuck this shit.
This is why you should stay away from haunted houses. User Julia uploaded an unsettling video where one of her friends went to explore a haunted church. Then after many inexplicable events worsening by the day, the place had no other choice but to cease operations for good. As her friend and company entered the decaying building, they noticed a foul smell leading to a trail of insects, giving away signs of a demonic presence. While following the trail,
That was disgusting.
they begin to hear disembodied voices praying, coming from a playroom. But as they investigate the area, this happens.
You fucker.
Don't fuck. Move.
Not wanting to find out what took place there to manifest such an evil entity, they leave.
I'm not even gonna lie. That guy sounded like my ex-girlfriend when I ripped ass. She would always be like, that's fucking disgusting. That's probably what happened in there. It wasn't me, I promise.
This man found something horrifying inside this tree. On December 16th of 2022, a man named Sam was hiking through a forest located in Newfoundland, Canada. Deep within the forest, Sam finds an oddly shaped tree resembling that of a human head with what looks like hair, eyes, and ears. Throughout history, there's been people buried inside trees or even human bodies tangled underneath roots. But as to what exactly this tree could be, in order to know more, Sam will begin to frequently visit it. On the following days while visiting the location, Sam finds the human-like head missing, as if it just shedded away.
That is crazy. That's so interesting. Because at first I was like, you know, it's probably just a natural occurrence of the tree, which it definitely could be. But when this dude zoomed in, and we know how I feel about zooming in, you can see the eye sockets, you can see the nose, you can see the mouth. And it didn't even look like the head was chopped off or cut off. It just disappeared. That is spooky. I don't have an explanation for that, but fuck that.
He was in the middle of the woods when he hears this. User Brandon Nobile uploaded a haunting video of a man who was wandering deep inside the Appalachian woods.
There's been some weird occurrences and, oh god.
When suddenly, he begins to hear the cries of an unknown creature hiding in the woods.
Okay, I'm not like this. Oh, shit. I can't.
As the man falls to the ground, a galloping sound can be heard approaching the man as the video abruptly ends. Could this really be a mythological creature such as Bigfoot or a skinwalker? Let me know what you think.
I will let you know what I think. I think this one's bullshit. It seems like very Blair Witch Project-ish. Like it was filmed recently, but using an old filter on a phone to make it look like a VHS tape. But the only thing that makes me kind of on the fence, I'm definitely leaning more towards this is fake. But what's making me lean on the fence is the galloping. But when the galloping stops, if you guys go back and hear it, it sounds like a horse, like that sound a horse makes. So I think it's bullshit, but that little detail kind of gets me.
This is why you shouldn't mess with the dark web. User Thundercat has been documenting his experience on the dark web for his social media page. And that one day in the dark web, he heard of a website called Whisper the Beast and wanted to see what it was all about. But little did he know that by accessing this website, something really bad was about to happen.
Reveal yourself. I'm literally. Like right there. Okay. Okay, we got a green light. There are 7 files in the directory. They are titled readme.txt, .csv, contacts.csv, walletinfo.txt, bit6.bin, script.py. Not liking this. Okay, I'm saying, can you send me them? And I've been out another one where I really do not. But the thing is actually so. Okay, we gotta go. Very bad idea.
Why?
A band was performing at a haunted location when their song conjured a spirit. An old haunting video has been resurfacing the web of a band who's performing at the Mambo Jumbo Event Center in Coatzacoalcos, Mexico. When suddenly, amidst their performance, whatever entity haunts this building shows itself in front of them. What looks like the head of a woman emerges from the corner of a TV that seems too narrow for any human body to fit in. The band members seem to be unaware of this entity, which led many viewers to believe this could be a real, authentic footage of a ghost caught on camera.
That one's a little spooky, you know. It could very well be legit, but when they were zooming in on it, it kind of looked like they were aiming the camera towards the entity for a second and kind of just going back to the drummer. So I don't know, it could be BS. Let me know what you think about this one. It's yeah, I still feel really nauseous from that nicotine lozenge.
If you hear someone knocking but nobody's there, whatever you do, don't open the door. Here's why. From anonymous sources, a man who lives with his dog alone in an apartment complex started hearing footsteps outside his apartment, followed by knocking. But every time he looked through the door, no one was there. One night, as whoever's been knocking on the door comes to visit him, he decides to investigate, and this happens. He doesn't seem to notice, but as him and his dog are startled by a loud noise at the end of the hall, through the camera, a pair of pale legs can be seen walking down the hallway.
Yeah, that one's fake as fuck. Clearly. And I don't even have to explain why. You guys, I'm sure you guys can figure that one out yourselves.
If you hear someone walking up and down the stairs, your house could be haunted. Here's why. An Airbnb owner named Jenny explains that her guests checked out early due to what sounded like someone walking up and down the stairs, then the lights going out late at night. But as Jenny makes her way underneath the house towards the breakers to see what could have caused this, she makes a horrifying discovery.
And guess what I found? In this ranch home. That's the bedroom closet. They said they were laying in bed and listening to what sounded like someone walking up and down stairs. I had no idea these were here.
She finds a set of stairs that lead to the bedroom closet, where the guest mentioned the noises had been coming from.
That is crazy. Boys and girls, check your closets. There may be a boogeyman in there.
This is why you shouldn't answer to knocking. User WingMacPix uploaded an ominous video where he explains that something wandering inside his house is knocking on doors until it's ordered to stop.
This happens over and over, and then the knocking happens. The knocking, there it is. It just goes and goes until you tell it to stop. Can you stop, please? It's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And it's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I was kind of half expecting like this thing sitting in the chair like this, like turning around, so, like rotating in the chair and being like, yes, I was expecting you.
He was away from home when his security cameras captured this. User Troy Legault uploaded a haunting video of something that seems to be living with them in their house. One day, while away from home, his security cameras captured this. In the video, as this cupboard door opens on its own, you can hear what sounds like a human voice coming from inside. Could it be that Troy and his family are haunted by a malevolent entity, or is it just an unwanted visitor living amongst them?
That was not a human voice, my man. That was Chewbacca.
They moved in by the woods near native lands, but they would soon realize that was a mistake. User Foul20 uploads survival and adventure videos alongside his family. But one day he began to document a series of events of a strange woods creature stalking them and eating their farm animals. And after several attempts of hunting this thing but to no avail, he finds an altar deep within the woods. Thinking this might actually be a native entity who haunts this land, he tries to make peace with it by leaving gifts. But one night, after a long hike back home from the altar, this happens.
So this freaking thing, it's staring at me. They followed me home from the gifting rack. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Oh. Alright.
Yeah, I don't know, boys and girls. That's a little spooky. But one thing, we don't know what that is, right? But the one thing we do know is that it appreciates organic food. So it has a free-range chicken in its diet, or maybe some grass-finished deer. It's probably pretty jacked.
That's why you should stay away from antique
Oh my
dolls.
God.
A woman by the name Holly took a job as a house sitter for a family who was leaving for a weekend vacation. And as the family drives off and leaves Holly in the house, everything was fairly normal. That is, until Holly goes upstairs to stay in one of the guest rooms that that she would make a horrifying discovery.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
As she begins to feel the air heavy, a pair of doll legs can be seen moving, almost as if the doll's feeling anxious by Holly's presence.
And I know y'all wanted a story. So what happened was I was house sitting for a family. Was there over the weekend. I felt like all that happened is I left afterwards and I notified the family.
3 days later, Holly explains that she immediately left the house after the event and notified the family.
Yeah, get the hell out of here with that crap.
He was just recording his daughter when something attacks her. A father who's home alone with his daughter begins to see something next to her that's not quite human. As he's recording his daughter, she begins to interact with someone or something he can't see.
Holy crap.
In a scared voice, she describes this thing as having an ominous smile.
Ow. What did you do? What did you do? What is he doing? What?
But as she crawls quickly towards him, she complains that whatever that thing is bit her. Could this be a demon haunting this family, or is it something else?
So there's only one thing to do after a situation like that if something tries to bite your daughter in your house, right? So you open up your laptop, you go to this website called Zillow.com, and you list your house for sale.
This is why you shouldn't provoke spirits. This is why you shouldn't provoke. This is why you shouldn't provoke spirits.
Is it not?
This is why you shouldn't provoke spirits. A young man named Julian began hearing voices late at night coming from his basement. One day, while he's home alone, he makes his way down to the basement to play his favorite video game, only to find the lights are on, as if someone's down there. Creeped out, but as a non-believer of the paranormal, Julian decides to investigate, and this happens.
Oh my god. I gotta go to the light switch. There's only one light switch. It's the bottom of the basement. Oh my god.
The lights turn off on their own, but as he musters up the courage to go back down and flip the switch, a chair moves towards him. Unable to explain what just happened, he attempts to get out just to have the door close on him. But as Julian decides to provoke this entity, this happens.
If there's anything here, I just command you to shut the door. Oh my god. You know.
I command you to shut the door. Okay, pal.
He kept hearing someone walking inside his house. He kept hearing someone walking inside his house. Then one night, he finally sees it. 6 years ago, a man named Richard Grenepick uploaded a mysterious video, unlike his usual musical videos. Richard explains that in the middle of the night, while in the living room, he hears someone opening the backyard door, and every time he goes to investigate, whatever it is quickly leaves before he sees it. One night after setting up the camera, he finally sees the monstrosity that's been visiting him at night. Horrified by this pale creature, Richard calls his pastor friend to repel this entity.
Hey, Mickey G.
The king that.
I pray that you live peace right now. I come against all fear. I bind that in Jesus' name. I pray.
Oh my gosh.
I command you to go in Jesus' name.
This thing is looking weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But as the pastor prays, the figure hides back into the darkness.
Ooh, this will give me chills. This one is spooky. I don't know, man. I don't know. Once the pastor started speaking in tongues, this demon kind of said, fuck this shit, and bounced. But who knows? He'll probably be back.
This man's haunted by something that mimics his own voice. A man who moved into a new house has been documenting a series of hauntings of something that's been trying to lure him out of his room in the middle of the night. One night at 3 a.m., while alone in the house, he begins to hear his own voice coming from the other room. After finding no one, he closes the door, but as he's making his way back to his room, this happens.
Oh, this one gave me chills. Oh boy. Yeah, the mimics, I don't, oh, they freak me out. If you guys have mimic videos that you've come across, post them in the comments because I want to see more. Oh my god.
She kept waking up to strange noises in her house, but one night she finally found it. A paranormal investigator uploaded a haunting video of a case in Córdoba, Argentina, where a woman began noticing a foul odor emanating from her living room. Then, on the following nights, something began to visit her while she slept. In the video, as she's woken up by noises in the living room, this happens.
¿Quién sos? Ay, a la concha de la lora. Ay, no.
But as she goes to investigate, whatever's haunting her house decides to trap her in darkness.
Yeah, these things walk around your house like they pay the damn bills. Slamming doors, flicking on and off some lights, tossing some keys like they just got home and they're pissed off.
This is how you spot a skinwalker. A woman by the name Whitney was taking care of her horses one day.
Come up! No!
When suddenly, her horses began to behave a bit strange, running away from the area as if something dangerous was lurking nearby. Confused but scared as to what could possibly have scared her horses away, she goes towards the area, and this happens.
What the fuck is that voice?
It sounds like a wailing voice can be heard, and as she gets closer to the source of the sound, she feels a heavy presence of danger coming from inside the silo.
No.
Yep, nope is right. Fuck that shit. And it's wild how animals can sense all these things, and you can't fake that. And it's what's even crazier than that is I don't know shit about horses. I don't know shit about taking care of horses. I don't know anything about horses. But the fact that these horses are able to run around with like these blindfolds on, I don't know if they can see through it or not. That's crazy. But I mean, it would have been nice to see the skinwalker, but you know, I mean,
He kept hearing someone hiding in his basement, but one night he finally found him. A man has been documenting a series of hauntings in his basement of a strange shadow figure. One night, as he's woken up by voices coming from his basement, he goes to investigate, and this happens.
Purchase. You gotta come out.
fuck that. What? And here I am watching this video. I'm like, oh, go around, put it off, do this, do that. Oh, you get a better shot of it. I am an internet tough guy. If I was in this, I wouldn't even be in that situation, to be honest. I would not go down there, especially with the lights off. But you know what? That's just me. This one got me, gave me chills, nipples, can cut some glass. What do you think? Yeah, I'm done. That's it. That's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, like this shit. Subscribe. Send it to somebody. Share it. As always, I'm Nick. You can call me, I'm going to say it again. This is going to be my thing. You can call me the Babadook or the Babadook of YouTube. Whichever, I'm not going to be upset at either. Let me know what you guys want me to call you. We're starting to gain some traction here. We have a little bit of a following. I want a name for you guys. Let me know. Drop it in the comments what you want to be called. And after you let me know what you want to be called, just leave your social security number. I'll catch you in the next one.